Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the Shed of Dread. And before we start the next little thing, if you'd like to hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. And to those you have, thank you so much. Right then. So, Snow White 2024, as it's now been referred to. I call it the Not So White and the Seven Diversity Hires, because that's what I'm going to call it from now on. It's a wonderful film. And, well, the two lead actresses have given their opinions, so let's have a listen to what they have to say, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
The cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power and what a woman is fit for in the world. And so when we came to reimagining the actual role of Snow White, it became about the fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just and who can become a fantastic leader. And the reality is, Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can come into power over a kingdom.
Also, the fact that she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one, and she's the one who set the terms, is what makes it so relevant to where we are today.
Yeah, because that's what it's all about, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Becoming relevant for right now. There is a reason why Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs has lasted 85 years. It's because it's a damn good film. And it's only the left woke mind virus that has turned it into something else. She's not going to be saved by the prince. Okay, so this is not Snow White. It just isn't. How they can call it Snow White is just beyond me. It really is. It's not So White and the Seven Diversity Hires. Those pictures came out, which Disney went, that's nothing to do with us, and then had to admit that it was, because Disney, lying as usual, just shows that this is going to be the biggest hot mess Disney have ever created. That attitude, it shows where a woman should be in the world. No, it really won't, because what you're doing is, it's another Mary Sue. It's going to be. I mean, due to the rumours, the Seven Dwarfs actually mine a gem that weakens the power of the evil queen. And they have to have a big fight at the end where Snow White defeats her. I mean, it's not about love anymore. It's about becoming a leader. Well, as the first film never mentioned that. It never mentioned that. And well, also, just out of curiosity, what's wrong with love? What's wrong with finding love? It's a genuine question. We wonder why, things are going wrong, where we just throw love in the bin because it's more about women being powerful. Because that's all that matters anymore. I mean, okay, it's not surprising because this was written by Greta Gerwig, who wrote that man-hating piece of crap Barbie, which she's going to do absolutely fantastic because women will think it's absolutely wonderful. Men won't go and watch it, which is fine. It'll do well. It's doing well. That's okay. No worries. But no one will remember it in 10 years' time. It's not surprising this is going to be a man-hater, and there's a new one called Jonathan, who's the love interest. But what's the point of having a love interest if she's only interested in being the leader? The father wasn't even mentioned in the original Snow White. They'll just put that out there at all. It's just absolutely woke shite. It really is. You've got people coming out and saying, dwarf actors, why can't we play the roles? Why are you... Well, it's about diversity and inclusion. But what about dwarfs? Well, we don't want to upset you. Because one dwarf person we've been speaking to said I got bullied in the playground because of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Really? I doubt it. And even if it did, you were one thing by a bunch of silly children. And it was children who were calling you that. And you can't blame the film. I mean, that's just an easy cop-out. But it's a reflection of how women are now, because that's all that matters. We don't get entertainment anymore. Disney is in deep crap. There'll be another video coming up about how Disney is struggling just to even hold on to the land. This will be what they've had 9 films now. Of only one's just about broken even. All the others have lost shitloads of money because of this woke stupidity. Rachel Zegler responded to people going, "Oh well, it's I'm a brown person, and and it's not right, and she, we should have representation," and then shares pictures of her dressed as Snow White. So when you were a child, when you had a brain, it didn't matter what the colour of the skin of the princess was, you still looked up to her and aspired to be her. What a load of rubbish. I mean, if we're looking down the live-action remakes, eventually it'll come to the Princess and the Frog. So I presume I'm going to see a white person playing the black lead role. Because that's how it's supposed to work, clearly, Disney. But then again, the way Disney are going, they won't be here for very much longer. It's just unbelievable. Absolute mess. There are rumours now that they're desperately cutting scenes out. They're trying to rejig the film. They want to refilm some of it. They've cut loads of Gal Gadot scenes out of it because they don't want it to make it too frightening for children. I'd rather put the original Snow White up. I really, really would. I think I've actually got the original Snow White Blu-ray remake right there. Greatest film ever made. It really was. And, it's going to start with Snow White for Disney. And I think it's going to end with Snow White for Disney. Disney are in deep shit. They really, really are. And I'm sure there'll be more videos to do about this because these idiots just can't keep their mouths shut about what it's all about. Snow White was about the 7 dwarfs protecting Snow White and being the heroes of the day, but apparently we're not allowed to have that anymore. The prince can't save, the man can't save. The man will be, Jonathan will be a weak beta male who's just simps for everything. It's going to be Mary Sue time. It's not going to be the story of Snow White. This is just a reimagine. It's not even reimagining the story. They're rewriting the story to suit their own agenda, and it will fail. Absolutely 100% fail. So there you go. This is a quick short video of an update on Snow White. I'm sure there'll be more. If you enjoyed this one, please feel free to like and share. That would be much appreciated. If you enjoyed some of these videos and more, then feel free to subscribe. Now, new thing, as you've probably seen on my channel now, there's a new thing called Diabetes and Me, where I'm sort of charting my sort of dealing with having type 2 diabetes. So I'm going to end every video now with this, which is, these are the symptoms, ladies and gentlemen, of diabetes. Please get yourselves tested if you see any of these, because believe it or not, if you've got type 2, if they catch it early enough, you can do it just based on diet. Don't leave it to the stage where I've got, like I have, where I've got to take tablets and that. So look at these symptoms. If you're a man especially, please, please, please go and get yourself tested. I know us men aren't very good at that, but we should do. And this, it could save you having to go any worse than that. So with that, I am now finished. I hope you enjoyed it all. And of course, all you need to do now is get out of my shed.